Okay, everybody, here we go. First of all, let me say this. If it weren't for you guys and girls, I would have to be put away or institutionalized. It's really the truth. This stuff, and we have a lot to talk about here, is just so outrageous. Anyway, look, post market wrap up Thursday, July 25th, 2024. Thank you all for being here. Anyway, look, if we just go back to last year, check the videos that I did at the end of last year, what I said we would see here in 24. It's kind of incredible. They're like prophetic. One of the main things I said would happen this year would be a lot more propaganda, a lot more deceptions. Look here, don't look over there. And what I want to talk about today is well, a bunch of things, but let's start off with this GDP number. I mean, it makes me want to vomit. I can't say it another way. You turn on Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, it's all the same story for the most part. This is miraculous. No one saw this coming. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. I mean, by their own numbers here, look, this 2.8% GDP number. We're not even keeping up with the rate of inflation. What is our current rate of inflation? Like 2.9. So right there, we're contracting a fractional amount here. But the numbers are all fake anyway. The real rate of inflation, according to like shadow stats or any competent actual, how about using your own, inner intellect? Do you really believe that's true? They're saying it's like 9%, shadow stats and a couple of other pretty reputable people out here. Even that seems kind of low. It's probably like 14%, the actual rate of inflation. But anyway, look, you strip out war spending alone, and we're negative with regard to GDP. Um, 37% of this GDP number is war. War. That's what we're spending our cash on, not peace, because there's no cash in peace. There's only money in death and pain and suffering. Do I sound like Gerald Celente here? Yes, because him and I are really on the same page. And yes, I understand. People, I got slammed upside down, backwards, and sideways from people. Yes, I know what Gerald's take is with regard to the presidential selection. He's entitled to his opinion. He does lay out a very good case. He says Kamala is going to win. He laid out his case. He put out a special report today with regard to why he feels this way. Gerald's an awesome guy. I love him. He's a national freaking treasure. That's fact, in my opinion, at least. But I don't see it that way. I still believe that Trump is going to pull it off. He's going to be selected. I think Wall Street wants him. Again, unless, of course, okay, let's just say that Kamala, I know a lot of you got really offended by me saying that, but I really don't care. Honestly, I'll call people whatever I want. All right. This just keeps me sane coming up with these little nicknames. I got beat up, punished pretty bad by, I guess, supporters of Kamala. With regard to correspondence, my email, I'm unsubscribing, Greg. You are an idiot. You're an imbecile. Yeah, whatever. Call me whatever you want. I've been called it already. You think it's going to make any difference now? I'm not going to make any difference anyway. I don't really give a damn. I tell people what's on my mind, period. If it's too much for you to handle, go somewhere else. I don't know another way to say that. But you'll miss out on a lot. And you know that. That's why people who, they're still here anyway. Look, so the propaganda ministry is trying to convince us yet again that what we're literally seeing with our own eyes is not true. What am I talking about? I've explained to you that, and again, those of you that are on this kind of thing, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. United States or U.S. global, as a matter of fact, leading economic indicators, all of them are telling us straight out that things are going to get worse from here. But we've been following this, you and me, for quite a long time, these leading economic indicators, and they have been proven to be correct. Now, you turn on Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business, Reuters, they're telling you they're broken. They're not working. The economy is strong. We're booming. Again, look what they're saying here. No, let's use their own words against them. Now, just real quick, oh, this is kind of funny in a way. This is Yahoo Finance talking about this fantastic GDP number. U.S. economy grows faster than expected in second quarter as the economy eases. Remember that, because also today, Wall Street Journal is saying GDP report, inflation was higher than expected. So right here, obviously they're not getting the same memo. Otherwise, they'd all be saying the same thing. Yahoo Finance wants you to think inflation is getting better. Wall Street Journal, no, higher than expected. Let me explain this to you in case you're new here. With regard to inflation, with regard to dollar devaluation, and every other freaking thing connected to this, we haven't seen it exactly, Jeffrey. You're 100% right. Now, I want to talk about the number one. See, you're not allowed to know this stuff, okay? But I'm going to tell you. The number one leading economic indicator. You want to just look, all this stuff, it sounds good. It sounds really intelligent. Leading economic indicators. Wow. How cool is that? We need to look at one thing, you and me, and that's this. U.S. Treasury key yield curve inversion becomes the longest on record. Okay, this is the U.S. yield curve. What am I talking about? Treasury yields. Shorter term debt is yielding higher than longer term debt. That's what this means. Okay. Don't take my word for what I'm about to say. Look this up for yourself. First of all, we've had an inverted yield curve since 2022. Okay. And we've spoken about this. Again, this is not a normal situation here. When you have a yield curve that's inverted, when you have short-term debt yielding more than long-term debt. This situation has preceded every single U.S. recession ever. Okay, but we're doing great. Our economy is booming. As a matter of fact, we heard from our illustrious president today, our illustrious Bidenstein, where I can't remember where it is. I need to look for it. He said that his and Kamala, their economic policies are working. Really? Let's see. Let's move forward and see how great that is. So, just off their own numbers here, again, GDP, greatest thing that can happen in the history of the world. Well, then why is it that U.S. manufacturing activity worsened in July? Why is it that U.S. manufacturing is so unproductive? These are all from today. Why is U.S. factory activity and construction spending falling? And here's another one for you. Why has Berkshire Hathaway just dumped $2.3 billion of Bank of America? Stay away from Bank of America, people. I've been telling you this. You don't want to believe Greg Mannarino, just don't do whatever the freak you want. Oh, here it is. Biden out earlier today touting his and Kamala's booming economy because of this GDP number, which is absolutely fake, no bearing on reality, and you all know that. But again, let me ask you. Oh, man, this is awesome. Does Biden, Harris, Trump, Obama, who runs the economy? Duh. Okay, it's the Fed. The Fed runs the economy. They run the monetary system. They run the financial markets and everything connected to it. It's not Biden or Harris, and the way we're being destroyed. And again, the biggest clue here is this yield curve. The yield curve inversion, okay? And of course, if you would like, you can look at the LEI, Leading Economic Index, and it will tell you what's going to happen. Now, here's something else I want to share with you. This is our lovely friends at Market Watch. Consumer spending snaps back. The consumer is strong. Well, let's see. Let's put that together real quick. Inflation continues to rise. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the Wall Street Journal. Don't listen to, of course, the other freaking freaks over here. Who was it? Yahoo Finance that told us, oh, inflation's coming down. Inflation is not coming down. I can't find it. Doesn't matter. I just showed it to you. Anyway, inflation continues to rise and will continue to rise moving forward. Okay. So if the price of things continues to rise, people have no choice but to spend more. Does that make any sense to you? I think it does make sense to you. We're forced. We are being forced to spend more because inflation continues to rise. And not only that, Keith, thank you. Yes, we are. We are in a depression here. Again, look, let's turn the tables a minute here. What are they allowing us to know? They're allowing us to know that 78%, I'm going to keep using this because it's their number, 78% of working Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They're one paycheck from the street. We got homelessness exploding all over this nation here. We got people today, working Americans, carrying their largest debt loads ever in history. This is a booming economy? Really? Manufacturing falling off of a cliff, factory activity done. We don't make anything. We export inflation to the world and propaganda. All this is propaganda here. You can't make this stuff up. But they don't want you to know about stuff like this, like the yield curve. Look at I wrote here, grossly abnormal. I mean, like I said, I write these little notes to myself here. And there's no way to stop this, people. Let me explain this to you. We're in a moment here, what I have called a critical mass. We've reached a situation here of maximum saturation. The system can, first of all, it operates in a perpetual vacuum. You all know that. The curse upon mankind today has been this debt-based system that we are forced to participate in. At its core, Jonathan, thank you. Yes, central bankers are the problem. They are the government, and they control it all, including the media, who can't even get their act together. Remember, I just showed you Yahoo Finance, inflation is getting better. Same day. Oh, well, not so much. Is going up. Inflation is rising. Okay. Maybe it seems to be stabilizing a little bit here and there. But the situation is you can't stop what's coming and no one can stop it. No incremental raising of the federal funds rate, the overnight rate between institutions, the lending rate here, is going to stop what's already been set in motion here. This mechanism of oceans and universes and whatever it may be of debt that is now starting to, and this is just the beginning, chase the same amount of goods. They could raise rates from here to kingdom come, which they're not going to. They're going to be cutting soon, okay? And it can't stop it. They're just going to fuel the beast even more so than ever before. And you and I, again, are going to get hit with pieces of propaganda like this. Oh, consumers are strong. They're spending more because we have no choice. Everything costs more than it did a while back. But this is, look, you and I have been talking about this since for I don't know how long. It's not going to stop. Now, look, let's just I didn't touch on the markets at all. We had a mixed market today, Dow a little higher, S&P, NASDAQ, a little lower. Nothing major going on here. I'm having a really hard time with this. I told you all that I experienced a posterior vitreous detachment. I can't get used to this freaking floater. Sometimes it drives me nuts. And these flashes, I will. But apparently it's a product of old age. Can't do anything about it, but I'll get used to it. Anyway, it is driving me a little bit nuts. But anyway, what was I saying here? With regard to the market, we're seeing exactly what we want. We want to see what we're seeing right now to a large degree. What am I talking about? Some profit taking. All right. Now what Buffett just did, this goes beyond profit taking. This tells me there's something else going on, and it should tell you that too. You and I have covered the banking system upside down, backwards and sideways, called it before anybody else, and this is something that we're going to have to deal with again. Commercial real estate, this double-barreled black hole that we all have pointed at us, and our lovely members of Congress are going to make us pay for it again. But anyway, with regard to the market, as I said, on Tuesday, post-market report. Expect volatility here. We need to see some profit taking. The market needs to fall. Now, this mechanism here of the Fed buying more debt, weakening the dollar, we're going to see, obviously, this mechanism as the stock market is propped up. Okay. And even though we're seeing a little bit of a pullback here, we're not done. In my view, this market needs to drop further. Again, we've had 9 weeks of basically record high. The market drops a few hundred points and people, they're in a panic. Oh no, you mean, it's normal. Okay. As a matter of fact, it's extremely bullish because we know the Fed's buying all the debt. We know the dollar is getting weaker and we haven't seen anything yet. If we want to listen to just Trump and Damian Thorne Vance, okay, we know where we're going. It ain't going to change if Kaka Kamala gets stuck behind the Resolute desk either. Okay. We're going to see much more currency devaluation moving forward. We're going to see, again, what are we hearing right out of Kaka Kamala, Biden, Damian Thorne and the Big T. They're telling us the same thing. You tell me they don't work for the same people here. They're talking about lower rates. Lower rates means the Fed has to get into the market and buy more debt. And of course, this empowers the Federal Reserve. So if you're looking for an out here from the Big T, Damian Thorne, Kaka Kamala, or anybody else, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it, people. Wake up. The situation is dire. It couldn't be more dire. And there's no way to stop what's coming because it isn't the Bidens, the Trumps, the Kamalas, the freak show. It's the central banks running it all. You understand? And they are determined to destroy the economy. Like I've been telling you now for how many freaking years, bring us to our knees, only to issue in a new system because that's the goal. The goal is this system is dead. The current system is dead. And the only way they can maintain the illusion is via propaganda like this, okay? And pumping the system with much more debt. And then tell you things like the yield curve, which has been in its longest inversion in history. Oh, it's broken because our economy is so strong. You know it is because we're telling you. Remember, what they say, they think you believe is gospel truth. You understand? Because they think you are a mental midget on an epic scale. I happen to believe and know for a fact that all of you out here are incredibly smart. Because I hear from you every freaking day. People from all over the world that follow this blog. You're the smartest, period, at the end. Let me say this too. I'm going to say something I've said a million times, but I really want you to think about it. I have repeatedly said that the disconnect between the markets and the economy is going to get bigger and bigger. Go back as far back as you want to go. The system, we're in a systemic meltdown situation here, but you wouldn't know it by looking at the stock market. You wouldn't know that despite the pullback that we've had in the period of volatility that we're entering right now. Again, all through the rest of this month, all through August, you should expect this. It's seasonality. You don't believe Greg Mannarino? Just look it up for yourself. Okay, this is a no-brainer. Anyway, so the faster, as you well know, that the economy and the craters, the more propaganda we're going to get, the more lies, distractions, deceptions that we're going to get. Okay, and they're going to float out this freak again, the mummified. You know what? I'm gonna make fun of the guy, even though because he's demented. Okay, I'm still going to do it because he's being floated out as a freak to lie to us, and that gives me. I think an excuse here or a reason to pound on him because he was floated out here. It creature thing, vomitous mass puke that it is. Okay, demented old man that he is. She has no business right now doing anything here at all. But yeah, he's out here getting floated out, telling you how great his and Kaka Kamala their economic policies are. That's why people are being destroyed. That's how great it is. That's how we become an important nation. We don't make nothing anymore. And the corporate agenda, oh, we haven't seen anything yet with the corporate agenda, what they're about to do to us. Again, they're going to be reaping rewards you're not going to believe. Oh, absolutely. With the promise Trump has made the Big T with regard to their 15% tax rate, they're loving that. I mean, the executives are spraying their shorts everywhere you can imagine. And then, of course, with the weaker dollar, this is going to make them reap even more rewards. That's all we're hearing. It again, Damian Thorne, Trump's mouth. It won't matter anyway if Kaka Kamala's picked. It's going to be the same damn thing. And I mean, selected here, people. You get this? But that means the market's going up. On top of that, Fed buying more debt and the weaker currency, where do you think the stock market's going? What do you think? You think it's going to crash anytime soon? How about no? But the economy is in a systemic meltdown around the world. Jonathan, thank you. Exactly. Inflation is killing all of us, and it's by design. Are we supposed to believe that the Federal Reserve, they didn't see this coming? They think that we're going to hit that 2%. For how long have we been hearing the same words out of this institution? It's appropriate to do this. It's appropriate to do that. We have the tools to do this and do that. They don't have any tools at all. They got one. Their ability to inflate is first of all, it's their Achilles heel, and all of us should know that. Again, if we had a real leader, just one, do you think we would hear about weaker currency? We would hear about more suppressed rates? No, what we would hear is We're going to stop the Fed from issuing one extra dollar. But no. The Big T and Damian Thorne, they're telling you how they're going to weaken the dollar. They're telling you how they're going to suppress rates even further. They're going to have the Fed do it. And all that does is vault the Federal Reserve to the pinnacle of power beyond where they are now. So there is no saving grace here, people, for anybody. We're all on the losing end. That's why we need to take advantage of every single thing that comes along. You got me? That means staying long this market as long as the Fed keeps buying the debt. You think that's going to stop anytime soon? Getting on the opposite side of the trade with regard to this exploding global debt situation, which is going to get monumentally worse. Again, holding gold, silver, my favorite asset of all time, becoming your own central bank here. You know this, all of you. You've had it drilled into your head for years, and we're doing the right thing. We are. There's just no doubt about it. All of this is just so out of control. We're going to get some more information tomorrow. PCE, the Federal Reserve's favorite inflation gauge here, and that's going to be real too. No, of course not. It's all fake. We can't get the truth. You see, that's all the people want. That's all I want, and I am sure that's what you want, and that's what frustrates me beyond anything else, is because we can't get the truth from anywhere. It's deception. It's distraction. It's hate these people back even more. It's a psyop. You go to one of these presidential rallies here on either side. It's about hatred. It's about these people are your enemy, and these people are your enemy. Hate them more. That's a psyop. You understand? You're all being psyoped by this, sucked into it. They're setting the trap door. They can't tell you what the real issues are or who the real enemy is. Has Biden when he was running, and now Kamala, has Trump in any one of their rallies pointed their fingers at the Fed? The Fed is the problem. They control the economy. They make the currency. They're the ones responsible for everything. No. What you're going to hear Trump say is it's Biden's fault. And Kamala, whoever, is going to say it's Trump's fault. No finger pointing, not even during the brain dead, and I mean literally, debate. That was no debate. It was a joke. And you know who the joke was on? You and me. That's who the joke was on. It's insane. It's an asylum for the insane. That's where we live. Anyway, people, look, man, we're okay. We're okay. Look, I circled propaganda. That's my terrible handwriting. I can't even read it. Told you I write notes to myself every day. Maybe that's also a coping mechanism. So what do you think about this fantastic GDP number? Why is manufacturing so unproductive? Why is factory activity cratering? Why are we not making any products? But GDP is higher. Why are people are spending? They're spending. That means they're strong. It means they have no choice but to spend more. But you're not going to hear that either. Not going to hear that. Oh yeah, of course. Maybe Biden will tout that as great. Look how strong the consumers. They're spending. No one's going to tell you the truth, people. Nobody, man. Sick. Anyway, you guys and girls, before we cut out of here, load up on commodities. Absolutely. Look, I don't know another way to say this. The mechanism is going to remain risk on. We're seeing a product of that. Pressure on gold, pressure on silver, pressure on even cryptocurrencies. We said this would happen as long as this mechanism of suppressed rates, and we haven't seen anything yet, continues. That means these are on sale. It means that the distortions that already exist in this market with this inverted yield curve and everything else, it's going to get so much worse. But that presents so much opportunity. Do you guys and girls see what I am talking about here? Yes, it is entertaining. And it's going to make me blow a gasket, this freak show, Tim. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely freaking insane. The wheels are coming off. They're gone off of the world economy. The world economy, and more importantly, the people are being destroyed. They're being systematically wiped out. This is an extinction level event of the middle class. And no Kaka Kamalas, nor Big T Trumps and Damian Thorns are saving you, because this whole thing is run by the central banks. You may think it's different than that. And they might try to convince you, because they won't tell you. They won't point their fingers at the Fed. Nobody will. But you will get someone who are going to ask for lower rates, like both of them are on either side of the aisle. And with regard to currency devaluation, you really think that's going to stop central banks in a race to the bottom? Is it going to just stop after the selection? Really, people? There's no one here that's that stupid. It's impossible. No way that a single person here believes that. Something coming soon. I think it's here now. Heart Walker. It's how about no? Exactly. I mean, look, people are being deceived and distracted from every level and lied to from every level. There's nobody running for president or nobody in office right now that's telling you the truth about anything. It's all about enriching themselves. And where does that come from? It comes from you. It comes right from you. Again, there's no such thing as trickle-down economics, and that's what we're being sold yet again. We're being sold trickle-down economics. Let's make the rich richer, and you're going to be just fine. Oh, yeah, because trickle-down works. You can see how it works. See around you right now? Oh, yeah. Don't work. Don't work. Anyway, all right, people, that's kind of it. I think we did what we had to do here today. I want to hear from you on these things that we've spoken about as usual. Please let me know. What do you think about this? You and I have been talking about Bank of America for quite a long time. You think maybe our friend Warren Buffett knows something that we know what he knows? This is more than likely going to be the scapegoat for Wall Street as the system comes down. They have to have a scapegoat because they have to say, oh, look what we did. Look what we did. Can't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do. All right, people, look, we're going to get out of here. This guy, he loves you a lot from the heart. Thank you for helping me maintain my sanity. I mean, I get seriously bent out of shape in a massive way. And I need you guys and girls to kind of help me out. If it weren't for you, I'm telling you, I'd really be in a loony bin. I really would. All right, look, I'm out of here. This guy loves you again from the heart, as I said. We will reconvene tomorrow in the morning, and it's going to be lovely. All right. Take care of yourselves. Until then, take care of yourselves and, of course, each other. All right. I'm out of here.